Hey guys, how's it going? So last week I put together a brief video as part of my vendetta, I guess, in trying to tell you that you need to opt out of pre-screened offers. And I gave you an example of someone who took a pre-screened credit offer to get a specific benefit, to get a gift card for an account that they never intended to use, and through a comedy of errors ended up with a late payment on their credit report, which is hurting their chances to get the refinance they want right now. Okay? So last Thursday, she actually called up the bank in question and asked what had happened and what the situation was, keeping in mind this is an account that she closed over a year ago because she didn't want the account. So turns out there was a very small charge and then a late payment, which she ended up paying and closing out the account in frustration. And this is damage to credit. The person she spoke to on Thursday was very aggressive, very belligerent, saying that it would be illegal to remove this and that it's just too bad. And even going so far as to say things like, we know you got the statement because we mailed it to you, and we send all of the statements on this type of account are sent by mail. They aren't e-statements. Now, that's not true. My wife actually has the same credit card with the same bank, and she has never gotten a paper statement on that account. She gets emailed statements every month. So when you're talking to people at the banks, they don't have to tell you the truth. This person might not have been lying on purpose, but the information that they gave was wrong. Anyway, it's very important when you're talking to creditors, trying to talk them into removing a late payment or correct an error or remove an account or whatever you're trying to do, be very polite. They are almost always recording you, which means in the future, some future customer service rep can go back and listen to what you said before. And if you're rude, you start swearing at them, and I know it's tempting and they deserve it a lot of the time, but you got to just keep things under control because we have a bigger goal that we're working towards here. Okay. So good news. She called back this morning. It's Tuesday, and spoke to somebody else who said, that sounds reasonable. And the customer service rep was apologetic about the issue, said they're going to research it and that it will take 3 to 5 days. She said, since the account is closed, I probably can't remove the late payment in the system, but I can probably remove the account from your credit entirely. Okay? If you join online discussions that talk about credit issues or dealing with banks or dealing with lenders of any kind, one of the things that they say when you're dealing with customer service is if you get the wrong person, you may see them write the letters HUCA, which stands for hang up, call again. What I generally tell people to do is wait until the next day to call again, hoping to get somebody else. I also usually recommend for this kind of call, when you're asking for a favor, I always tell people, don't call on Fridays, don't call on Mondays. With my experience in dealing with credit issues over the years, I have found that people have the best luck getting things taken care of generally before 1 or 2 o'clock p.m. local time, wherever the call center is, and they have the best luck on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. It's just when people tend to be in the best mood, the most cooperative, and the most willing to get things done. Oftentimes on Monday, they're still trying to get back into the swing of things after the weekend, and on Friday, they're excited to get out of there. Now, obviously, for some of the bigger companies, that may not matter because they have people running 7 days a week, and so you don't know what their personal schedule is. But in my experience, and we've done this hundreds of times with people over the years, I've been doing this since the early 90s. And in general, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are your best bet. Always be polite. Act like you genuinely are trying to get to the bottom of whatever the issue is, and ask for the favor. And some people like to actually be able to help out the person on the other end of the phone, especially if you've done things to ingratiate yourselves with them. Anyway, so good news on this one. I'll shoot off another video once we get the credit report cleaned up, let you know how that goes. And if you have any other questions that you want me to talk about or things that you'd like me to put together, by all means, please let me know. And again, and I've said this over and over and over again, if you opt out of pre-screened offers, that doesn't pay me anything more. Credit isn't actually my job. My job is to provide home mortgage financing to you if you're in California, if you need it. What happens is over the years, I've learned so many things from my experience doing this. You know, I've been dealing with credit since before the mortgage industry even had FICO scores. So I've got a lot of practical experience in getting to this point. And this is an area where I have noticed a lot of people get in trouble that can be avoided very easily. There are a lot of bad actors buying that pre-screened data to try to trick you into doing things that are not in your best interests. And I don't know of any good reason for any of you to keep yourself on those pre-screened offer lists. You can find better offers on your own, and you can avoid the phishing and identity theft attacks that happen through those services by going to optoutprescreen.com and opting out of those offers. Any questions, please hit me up. Love to be a resource for you. Thanks, guys.